Hello. Hey, Penny. Trying to catch up. I forgot to put last week's entries in the thing in the website, but it's on Wednesday today, so I don't know if we'll see the whole crowd. It's a little different than our usual day, but hello, everybody. Trying to enter some of these. Okay, there we go. I realized when I logged on that I hadn't done that yet. How's everyone doing? It's hot here. I was outside for a lot of the day because we had field day at my school. And I don't know how the kids are running around like they were because it was pretty hot. It actually rained in the morning. So I thought it was going to be cooler, but it wasn't. It got hot by the end of the day. So today I think are going to finish February. Hey, Nikki. So we left off on February 20th. We've been averaging about 10 entries per live, so like 10 of their days. Seems like that's a good stopping point. Like usually by the time we hit 10-ish entries, I'm like ready to go eat dinner and log off. So I'm trying something new today. I'm actually streaming to YouTube, I think. I should be. Let me open up. I have it on like another screen. Yes, I am. So if you follow me on YouTube, or even if you don't, if you want to like check it out, it's in my what's it called? Link tree on my bio. Yeah, so I transcribe, not like by hand if you mean writing it down, no, but I go, we type it out. And yeah, word for word, we do it like, we don't use AI or anything. I don't know what OCR is. Is that like a text recognition or something? But no, I don't use any of that. Although maybe it's useful. I enjoy this though. It's like a, it's a relaxing thing to do. But yeah, we do it together every week. And as we type out the entries, we kind of get to know the... Oh yeah, I don't think it would be good enough for cursive either. Someday I'm sure they'll have the technology, but the variation in the handwriting, like a lot of times we get stuck on a word, so that's right. If it was print, maybe. But how many times, guys, do we like stand here like trying to figure out what a word says, especially if it's a name? It can be tough. But yeah, I forget what I was saying. Like, yeah, it's relaxing, and we kind of get to know the writers as we read through, and it's a nice process. It does take time, but I think it's fun. It's just for fun. So I'm just gonna hold on. I cannot see. That is so small. I think it went up to the 12. Just gonna try to update this before I start adding new entries. I won't make it look pretty yet, but I'll fix the prettiness later. 16. So we're reading 2 diaries. Oh, thanks, Nikki, for checking. We're reading 2 diaries simultaneously because Ralph and Georgia, who wrote these 2 diaries, they're not married yet, but they will be in the diary. So later on in the diary year in December, they get married. So it's the same year, it's their same experience of the year, or their own experiences of the year, and when they do get married, we'll get to see their marriage from both of their perspectives. So I thought this is the first time we've ever had 2 diaries written by 2 related people in the same year, so that's why we're doing 2 at once. Usually we just do 1 at a time, and that's also why this kind of like document that I've been adding to this transcription is so complicated looking. But can you chat on YouTube? It says create a channel to join chat. Yeah, you're on time, Heather. Hold on. Let me figure out. Can I chat? Oh, I don't know. Maybe you need to have a login, like a YouTube login, to be able to chat. I don't know. I don't even know if I can see, like on my streaming service, I don't see a chat here. Maybe I need to enable it. Hold on 1 second. No, it it just says, welcome to the chat. I think is it like really behind or something? Or is this, oh no, the preview is just behind. Okay. It's giving me a preview and I'm like talking in the thing and I'm not saying what I'm saying there, but okay, I need to like stop looking at that. Do you still use the Discord? Okay, yes. So the problem with the Discord, so there are two Discords. I'm sorry if this is complicated. I tried to make it like not complicated, but there are two Discords. The one that is in the link tree is the free Discord, and I'll get to your actual question because that, yes, it's still live, but the YouTube or TikTok doesn't like the link tree links, so you have to, hold on, I'm telling two different things at once. Okay, so you have to go to Instagram or like another place and go to my link tree to get that link to work. It's not expired, it's never gonna expire. Like I set the link on the Discord to never expire, but for some reason, every time I re-upload it, TikTok doesn't let people get in. So if that's not possible, you can message me on TikTok and I can like manually add you to the Discord if you want. So that Discord is for announcements. I basically just kind of like send updates there, and then my live day has been changing here and there lately because I've been very busy. So like that's a place where I'll post when I'm going to go live, or if it's changing, or if we find out something really cool and I want to share it with you guys, that's where that will be. The other Discord that you might hear me talking about in the live streams, like for example, Rachel, who just commented, she's part of the Diary Detectives Patreon Discord. So it's basically the same Discord that's for the announcements, but it's like there are secret rooms that open up when you subscribe on Patreon. So when I'm talking about the Diary Detectives, or like our extra research that we do, or extra video, we have like video meetings every month, that's that Discord. Extra perks, yeah. So it can be a little confusing because I say Discord and I'm like there are two different ones, but if you are looking for just like the updates and announcements and like a little bit less participatory, if that would be the word, that's the one in the link tree. So yeah, you have to kind of like go around TikTok to get the link to work, unfortunately. But feel free to message me if you're having trouble getting in. I've added people like that before, so. Anyways, I need to come up with a better explanation between the two Discords, I feel like, because it's kind of confusing, especially like some people don't use Discord, so, but it sounds like you do, so I hope you get what how I'm explaining it. But anyways, I don't know if anyone wants to pop into the YouTube live and just see if you can send a chat. I don't know if it's that you need an account to send a chat, or if I don't have it enabled. This is the first time I've ever done YouTube live. The Twitch lives weren't really, like, no one was really going on there, so I'm wondering if maybe YouTube would be a better shot. Doesn't look like TikTok's going anywhere for now, so we'll see. But if it does, the plan is to migrate to YouTube and to Twitch. Okay, cool. Oh, thanks. I still, like, don't know how to use this stuff either, so that doesn't help. So I can't see it in my... see Twitch chat. I can't see it in my OBS, but that's probably something I have to add later. It does say chat rate 1. Like, how do I get that in here? Add... I think I have to do something special, and I don't feel like doing that right now. So let me look here. I can see it on my window, like the window of YouTube. So I'm going to say hello. So sorry if you're chatting on YouTube today. I don't know if I'll pop it out. I'll be able to see it. Cool. So I will be able to see it because I'm going to move it over here. Yeah. And YouTube is also where I usually post my live replays, although I have to admit I've been very bad at that lately. But I promise to be better. Yeah, I see your messages now. Okay, I'll just have to get that to like pop into my OBS. But oh yeah, I can explain all the screens. So you should see my desktop computer. Like it's this times 3. So basically, when I go live, I usually have a picture of the page that we're reading, and then I have the document where we type it out. So that's what you're seeing here. The difference with what we've been reading lately is that we're reading 2 diaries simultaneously, because it's well, they will be husband and wife, but, oh, okay, that's okay, Rachel. They will be husband and wife. I'm assuming they are engaged at this point. They're definitely like in a relationship. I don't know if they're officially engaged, but they both wrote Diaries in this same year, 1903. They will be married later on in the year. So since the Diaries are so closely related, they're a couple, written by a couple, and they are the year that they get married. Yeah, they were arguing. I thought it would be cool to read both at the same time, and we kind of like voted on it, and that's what everyone agreed on. Even though it's kind of complicated, what you see here is the page of the diary. This is Georgia's, and then we will switch to Ralph's and go back and forth. And then over here is the actual entries just typed out. So as I start like actually doing it, I think it'll make more sense. Right now I'm just kind of like talking and doing nothing. So, but yeah, it is like, it's been a puzzle to try to figure out how to display everything without it being like crazy. But while we're talking about the diaries, why don't I just kind of show for anyone who's new, sorry, the allergies are bothering me. Anyone who's new, this is Ralph. This is a little later on in life. When he wrote the diary, he looked like this in 1903. He looks like a little boy, but he's actually like 20 years old or 22 or something. And we don't have a picture of his wife, Georgia, yet. I hope we do find one, but it's been very difficult to find pictures of her. So Ralph eventually becomes the mayor of Waterloo, Iowa, and he's a weather reporter, and he's an engineer. He has all of these things that made him, like, he was in the newspaper a lot. So we found lots of pictures of him. This is from his yearbooks from college, so hopefully we'll stumble upon a picture of her. But that's Ralph. And then as we go, I try to collect pictures of anything we can. So basically we'll just start, and then if we find something to look up, we'll look it up. But that Patreon group that I mentioned, that's where we do like extra, like we'll go further into all these people. Okay, so was it a question about, hold on, you don't use Insta, so that's the only reason I have not joined the, oh, okay. So if you have, Heather, if you have a Discord already, or let me think, is my Linktree anywhere else? My Linktree is on my website. It's not even that you need Instagram. It's that TikTok just doesn't let the link work. So if you go to www.thingslostandfound.com, this is my website where I put everything. It was just to get the link, yeah. So I have on here, there's a link right here that should hopefully work. Hopefully that is updated to the same link as the other one. If that doesn't work, then I will find another way, and you can just message me and I'll add you. I can add you manually. So there's nothing wrong with the link. I've re-uploaded a new link like 7 times, and every single time within a couple of days it ends up doing that. So it just is what it is. I think you can also get to the Linktree by going to linktree.com/thingslostandfound, but if you try the website, that might work. And if it doesn't work, let me know, because I'll go in here and fix that link. There's so many different things. It's so hard to keep track of them. But if you're talking about the announcement Discord, that's where it is. And if you were talking about the Patreon Discord, like the extra one, that would be the same bar, just click on Patreon instead. And you can like join one and then join the other if you wanted, but there's 2 different ones. All right. Sorry, so much talking. Not really saying much at all, but okay, so we're gonna do February 21st. We're starting off. So this is February 21st according to Georgia. And yes, as a recap from last time, we had some juicy arguments between the two of them. Ralph right now is at college. He is studying engineering. I have a picture of his college. So during the weekdays, he's there. And then he goes to Waterloo to visit Georgia. And he was doing some work on a railroad, because he's a railroad engineer. And Georgia, so this is his college, Georgia took him and his friend to wherever they were doing the work on the railroad, And then I guess they had, according to Ralph, they had plans to meet at this specific bridge at a certain time where she was supposed to wait for him. And she went and he wasn't there, so she went home. And then by the time Ralph was done with work and was at the bridge, he was like, oh, she wasn't there, and he got all mad. And then he had to stay in that town at a hotel overnight, and they argued about it. Sounds like she's not very punctual, maybe, or he just wasn't clear enough. I think we're all kind of Team Georgia, yeah. All right, she got up at 7, helped wash breakfast dishes and get ready, and went to office. Went downtown. So when she talks about going to the office, it's her father's office. Hold on, I'm just checking on YouTube again. Still working, it looks like. Good. My computer's also been crashing lately, so hopefully that doesn't happen. Her dad was also an engineer. He was a city engineer. And we have a theory that that is actually how Ralph and Georgia met. Is because Ralph worked with her dad, possibly, and then they met through him. So that is Georgia's father. And she seems to like help him at the office a lot. Pretty much every day. Went downtown. She goes downtown a lot too. Helped with dinner and dishes. Ralph came back at noon. Hitched up and took a drive. Took Mama to Grandma's and stopped a while and brought her home. Georgia is always driving people places. I feel like she's always taking someone somewhere or picking someone up from somewhere. It's just like, I guess they only probably have one. It's like a horse and carriage, so I guess they only have one per family, which makes sense. But she's like the designated driver all the time. Stopped a while and brought her home. Went to R.I. That's a tough one. When I saw it, I'm like, Rhode Island? No, we're in Iowa. R.I. or R.J. office for Papa. Something to do with work or the city. Helped with supper and dishes. Went downtown in evening. Played carom? What is that? Carom? We'll have to look it up. Maybe it's a card game because she's been playing a lot of card games. So played carom maybe a while. Nice day. Went to bed at nice day. Went to bed 11:15. I'm gonna look up carom card game. Oh, yep. It's a tabletop game. A board game. Cool. Carrots. Oh, nice. Okay. They like to play a lot of games. I've never heard of that game. Okay. So now we jump to Ralph on February 21st. So, got up at 7:30. Talked with Mama till 11. Oh, I guess he is staying right now. He slept at his family home. So in his hometown. He's not at college right now. And then the last sentence he wrote last time was, wished I had stayed at Waterloo. So he wished he had slept there. Yeah. Talked with Mama till 11. Went down and saw Grandpa. And as train was an hour late. went down to see something DeWolf. What do we think? Shane? Sean, S-H-A-U-N. Yeah, Sherman. Ooh. Might be Sherm. Okay, so this is where I need to get in the habit of actually writing these things down. So now that I'm reading, I want to learn more about where his home was growing up, because that's where he was staying. I don't think we've looked too much into his childhood. And Sean or Sherm, might be Sherm. I feel like Sherman DeWolf. I sent a Discord DM with cursive on a key that I can't read. Oh, yes, I love that challenge. What do you think, guys? Should we take a pause now? How about I finish reading this entry and then I'll open it up. I love that. And the diary detectives will love that too. All right. Sean Sherm DeWolf came. Yeah, you think it's probably a capital W. It usually is when, like, with the DeWolf setup. I've met people with that last name. Came back and got dinner. And went to Wooloo, which is Waterloo, on noon train. Georgia and I hitched up and drove to something office. So she said R something. I don't know what that even says. It doesn't look like an R. The office to Ol office, maybe. The office. To leave just and get bills. Drove across the river, and then I worked in office for an hour. Went to, oh, here it is, RT office. Okay, it was a different office. Went to RT office. Do you guys agree that looks more like a T than an I or a J? I wasn't sure with hers, but I think it says RT office. Wonder what railroad something office maybe? To, okay, went to RT office to office, then home, and drove till 5:30. Red paper. Wow, he got really sloppy there. Went downtown after supper and got the heck does that say? Got something. Played Carom, right? Carom. And went to bath and went to bed. Got shoes? Yeah. Okay. Supper and I think the bath is next to supper. So RT office, went home, drove till 5:30. Red paper, went downtown after supper and bath. I think. Got shoes. Played carom. Went to bed. Kind of confusing at the bottom there. Were gloves? Oh, yeah, I guess I could see gloves too. I feel like I see shoes. S-H-O-E-S. Weird comment though, like that he got shoes. I don't know what he would need the shoes for or why he didn't have them before, but oh well. Maybe he bought some new shoes. Okay, so let me pop onto Discord. And I see Spaghetti, I see your name. This key came with my apartment. I have no idea what the cursive says. Can't find a door it unlocks. Oh, that's so cool. Oh, okay, so Spaghetti, it's in Brooklyn Heights, New York City. So I already know what it says, I think. But speaking of Brooklyn Heights, that's where the original diary that started my this whole hobby was written in 1917 by a woman who lived in Brooklyn Heights. So do you know this? Like, is this your first time here, or are you here because you follow me from that? Or is this just total coincidence? Because that's super cool. And okay, awesome. So you probably know, like, the places where... So she lived on Columbia Heights, the street. And that is so cool. I love when it does that. When it just, like... People who are, like, you probably live down the street from her. So I actually visited last year, and I went and took pictures near her house. And, well, her house is gone. But her grandmother's house is still standing. It's 77 Columbia Heights. Or, yeah, 77. She called the house 77 in her diary. And so these people were, like, very wealthy, well-off socialites. And her diary is so interesting. Like, the parties she went to and all of the, like, high society events and people. And you can, because they're so well off and, like, because they were in the highest social tier, they're all over the newspapers. Like, I find the pictures of their houses, pictures of them, their weddings, articles about them. So it's, like, the best possible situation for, like, research. That kind of research. But anyways, I'm getting kind of, like, off topic because we're doing this other diary. But I could talk for hours about that diary. Furman, I think it says. Furman Gardens. There's a Furman Street, right? I think, because I have seen... Oh, this is why I know this. Because there was, in the diary... This is so cool that this is coming up. And you could have even, like, you didn't even have to mention that it was in Brooklyn Heights either. I would have never, like, known. That is so cool. So, there was an entry in the diary where she said there was a fire on blank street. And I could not read the name of the street. And I was trying so hard. I knew it started with an F. So I literally, because I'm insane, I went through and looked at all of the, like, I looked at a list online of all of the street names in Brooklyn Heights to see which ones had F's, and I kind of, oh my god, that's cool. Yeah, so it's on it's Columbia Heights. Did I, say that before? Or did I say Brooklyn Heights? Columbia Heights. So there was a fire on this street, and it was Furman. Like, it turned out to be Furman Street, so that's why I remember it. So I wonder, maybe... Yeah, I don't know what Furman Gardens is. I don't know if it is a garden. Oh, but and then this is a key that you don't know what it's for. Okay, I said it right. That is so cool. You're so lucky to live there. Oh my god, that place is beautiful. So yeah, I can look it up actually because it was for sale last year. Yeah, it might be. Maybe it is an apartment complex or something. Yeah, it sounds like it. Furman Gardens. I'll look that up after, but... Oh, I need to be more specific. Brooklyn, New York. So, this house was for sale last year. So, and all the pictures are still up here, which is kind of crazy. It seems like after a while they take them down. But look at this house. This was her grandmother's brownstone. And then her family... Her name was Anglesey. Her family had a house at 80 Columbia Heights, and that house was torn down when they built the expressway, so it's not there anymore. I have an old picture of it, but this house, like, I can't believe it's actually there and, like, in such great condition. I don't know what someone who bought it, I don't know what their plan was to do with it. It really seemed like it was, like, I hope it wasn't being gutted, but when I did go to visit last year, it did seem like they were doing, like, a lot of construction kind of work inside. So I hope they didn't just, like, turn it into a bunch of small apartments and get rid of the charm. But, I mean, obviously, if you have $17 million, you can do whatever you want with your house. But, yeah, it was listed for $17 $1,777,000. And it is just like crazy. This looks like a hotel. It's weird. And I don't think it was still, I asked, because I'm in contact with Anglesea's great-granddaughter. Or her granddaughter, actually. And I don't think the house, like, there's no affiliation with the family anymore. So I don't think any of these pictures would be them. Because I was like, oh my god, is that pictures of Anglesea's family? But I don't think it is. Look at this view. Like, it's amazing. So Anglesea's house was, like, right here, across the street. But time to figure out what Furman Gardens is. Yes, definitely. Let's see. Furman Gardens. Carroll Gardens, Furman Avenue, Furman. I don't know. And what was the number? 3B. Yeah, it does seem like maybe it's not in Brooklyn Heights, but maybe you should, we could look in old newspapers too. It doesn't seem too old though, the key. That is a mystery. I love it. Is it definitely gardens? I see that. That's what I see. Does anyone see anything else? I definitely see G. Well, G. I don't know. I see GARDENS. And then once you see one thing, it's hard to like unsee it and see something else. But a lot of times. Oh, no, you're welcome. It's also just hard. Like, the fact that I just knew Furman was a context clue. That's what you saw right off the bat, too. If I didn't know, if you hadn't said Brooklyn Heights and then I saw this, I wouldn't probably have said Furman so quickly. But because I knew that, because it kind of looks like a T. It could be a T. It could be, I think it's an F, though. And it's Furman Street. There's a Furman Street. That is such a crazy coincidence. So now I feel like I have to show you pictures of this girl. Hold on. Hold on. Let me find it first. I'm going to pull it up. Because I have pictures of her. Well, you can see them on my TikTok too. I have like a pinned video of some of them, but I gotta find it's hard when I'm on live to like figure out where everything is. Is it on? I think it's on my other one. Yeah, she's what started it all. I bought that diary at an estate sale, not knowing like what it was really. I knew it was a diary, but I didn't know how cool it was. Well, I don't have like an easier way to display this right now, but come on. It won't let me do it. This is Anglesea, the writer of the diary. And then these are all her family members. These are like the pictures that I've collected of her. Furman Gardens in South Carolina. Okay. Wish I had not looked up Ralph now. It's just made me sad and found out after. Oh, yeah. I'm sorry. Was it you who asked me? Someone asked, when did Georgia pass away? I do have her date of birth and death in here somewhere. She was older than him. And she did die before him. So she lived until 1952. Sorry, I did see that question, and you'll let me know if you ever see her around. Love it. Oh, that is so cool. Yeah, like she had friends on all the streets down there. And when I went, I actually went to, this just gets like more complicated, but I went to visit a museum in Lawrence, Long Island called the Rock Hall Museum. I don't know if you've ever heard of it. It's like a small historical museum for that town. And that was actually her other grandmother's house. So the 77 belonged to her mother's side of the family. That house that we were just talking about with the Zillow pictures. And then the house in Lawrence, the mansion, Rock Hall, belonged to her father's side. and she got married there. Like, it was a family home that passed down, and now it's a museum. So I went there and gave a presentation about the diary. It was very cool. It was like crazy. And when I was there, I visited Brooklyn, and we did like a whole tour, and well, we made our own tour, you know, but like I went to all of the addresses that I had of the people that she knew. Any friends on Elizabeth Place or Doty Street? Not that I can remember off the top of my head. She had relatives on Remsen Street, or Remsen. She went to Grace Church. You probably, like, I think you probably know what I'm talking about. I think it's a big church there. She went, some of her friends went to Packer. She went to a smaller private school called Brooklyn Heights Seminary School, which doesn't exist anymore, but it was on Montague Street. And let me think, anything off the top of my head other than that. She was all over the place. Like, she would talk about going to different parks around there. Prospect Park, she went figure skating, or I guess she called it ice skating. She went ice skating at Prospect Park. She was on Fulton Street a ton. She went to a place called Mirrors, which I originally thought she was talking about Gage and Tollner, the restaurant that has all the mirrors. But it turns out she was talking about a candy store. Yeah, I didn't get to go to Prospect Park. I wish I did when I was there, but we were kind of on like a tight schedule. And also, I wasn't prepared for how difficult it is to get around in a car. So we did end up like taking the train in a few times, but the first time, yeah, she was in Manhattan all the time for the theater. She went to like plays all the time. She liked movies. She went to movies too, but she didn't like them as much. She likes the plays more. And she went to all these different theaters in Manhattan. Yeah, I have like a million videos about her. So I wish I had something to recommend like as a first watch for you. But I think just scroll through my TikTok and you'll see a bunch of stuff. Like, she's always doing something. And everyone who follows, it's like, you don't have to watch all of it. It's like a lot of videos. It's actually better organized on my YouTube than TikTok. TikTok's kind of just like all over the place. But on my YouTube, it's in like a separate playlist. But anyone who has kind of followed along with her story will tell you she did not stop. Like, every single day is jam-packed with different activities and places that she goes and people that she's with, and she just doesn't stop all day long. Another place she visits a lot, and I have a lot of friends who lived, I don't have a lot of friends, she had a lot of friends who lived there, is Glen Cove. So those mansions on Glen Cove, like, those were her friends. So they're even bigger than Rock Hall. Like, it's crazy. I thought she was rich, and no, her friends were even wealthier. So it's just a life that is very interesting to observe through the diary. Anyways, sorry guys. I always love to go on a tangent about Anglesey though. And what a great coincidence. I bet diaries from New York City would get good traction because people would know the locations and such. Yes, that's true, compared to a diary like this where you'd be surprised though. Sometimes people come on and they're like, oh, I'm from this same town, and they know the places and they know the areas and the names of the people, like the common family names and stuff. But yes, there's definitely much more, not only like more people who could possibly be connected, but also like better documentation, I find, in the bigger cities. Granted, her story was in 1917, so there were more newspapers being printed more frequently, and there were photos more often, where, the earlier 1900s, there wasn't as much in the newspapers, but still. It's in rural Iowa, it's much harder to find someone than in Brooklyn, New York. Okay, got up at 8:40. Helped, this is Georgia, helped with breakfast dishes. Oh, breakfast and dinner dishes. So her family rented out, I think, an apartment on the other side of her house. They had boarders in the census. So people who were like living there, who were paying them rent. And I think when she talks about doing so many dishes, that's what she's talking about. Like, she helped take care of all that. Visited at 4. R and I, which is Ralph, went up to Grandma's and got back as the folks were eating supper. Drove Grandpa's ponies a short time. I don't know why I think the word pony is so cute. Thank you, Sweet G. That's very sweet of you. I'm glad that people remembered that it was Wednesday. Because usually it's Tuesday. I had to change that. But now it's going to be usually Thursdays. But today was like a off day. It's the end of the year. Hi, Emily. It's the end of the year at school. I'm a teacher, so it's like a very busy time. Oh, you put it in your calendar. I love that. So put in your calendar. Actually, sorry, I've been like not really doing the actual diary at all today, but I should do this now. I'm going to make a live event on my TikTok for next week, but put it in your calendar that next week it will be Thursday at 6 p.m. So that's the 13th. Yes. Thursday. Okay, hold on. It's going to take me a second. Consider it done. Nice. Live event. Create a live event. Too long. What day was that? The 13th? June 13th. 6 p.m. So it's 6 p.m. Eastern. I always have to type the same thing. Help us read and research these diaries from 1903. Okay, so that's in there now. If anyone wants to register, I know it does help people. Some people like to do it because it gives a reminder. Okay. All right, now I'm ready to continue. Sorry. Okay, drove Grandpa's ponies a short time. After supper, took a walk and walked or talked, tracked the rest of the evening. Talked. Hey, Valentina, that's okay. We haven't done much typing, honestly. We've been talking a lot about Anglesey. So we're only on like the second, it's only February 22nd. So we're on the second day of this session. I never know like what to call it. Because we don't get through a whole month anymore, so at a time. After supper, took a walk and talked the rest of the evening. R went, yeah, that is better for you. Back to school at 1:50. So had to leave here at 1:30. Then I went to bed. Can't believe how late she stays up. A fine day. Played and sang a while in the morning. And also did, oh nice, now you can knit and listen. What are you knitting? And also did, and also up at Grandma's. I used to know how to knit, just basic knitting though. I did like a scarf. And I was obsessed with it, and then I didn't do it for too long, and now oh nice, a sweater. I don't think I could do it. It's tough, right? Or is it not? I mean, maybe if you've done a lot of knitting, it's easy, but I find like thinking of attaching pieces together and then being the right size would be difficult. I did like a rectangle for a scarf. And it was, I liked it because it was repetitive. It was relaxing, but I forgot how. Clear and warmer. Got up at 8:30. Talked with Georgia. Okay, so this is Ralph. I have to remind myself. Talked with Georgia and read in AM. Helped wash breakfast and dinner dishes. He helped wash the dishes. Talked with Georgia till about 4 o'clock and went up to Mrs. Benny's. Mrs. Berry's, that would be her grandmother, and sang till nearly 6. Then drove around. It's not that hard, it began like 2 years ago, but patterns are now very descriptive. Oh, I love the idea of videos. I can follow a video so much better than written directions. Then drove around about half 1 hour, half an hour, with a new span of ponies. After supper, talked till 1:30. Crazy. Train 30 minutes late. I like your shirt, Addie. You went to New York City. Oh, cool. You went to MoMA. I love MoMA. I've been there a few times. I went a couple of times with my college, when I was in college, and then we went to the Whitney Museum too. But then when we were in Brooklyn this past summer, we also went to MoMA. That's fun. My students are learning about Matisse right now, so that's why I wore it. I love my art shirts. Okay, so February 23rd. Got up at 7. Helped with breakfast dishes and other work. Swept my room. Helped with dinner and dishes. It's just so many dishes, this girl. Dusted my room. Went downtown twice. Helped get supper and dishes. A very fine day. Played 1 game of Flinch. Flinch is a card game that she's been playing a ton, and so has Ralph. Played 1 game of Flinch. Worked on my fancy work, which is like embroidery, and went to bed at 10 o'clock. Busy day for her. So we're on 23rd. Oops. Always happens. His handwriting is harder to read. He writes lighter than she does. Clear. So he's talking about the weather here. WEA is where the person is supposed to write what the weather was like. THER stands for like thermometer, something, thermometer, and they write the temperature, but he didn't do that. Slept on train. Yes, that's okay. Slept on train and at CR till 5:45. CR is Cedar Rapids. Went to, oh, he's gonna get oyster stew again. He went to the Pullman restaurant. That's the Pullman Inn, I think. For B, which is breakfast. That's funny, it's been a long time since he's used that. B, D. Hold on, my friend texted me. Maybe she'll come into the live. I told her I'm live right now, but I'll call you later. Okay. Went to Pullman restaurant for B. Took train. He's going back to school at 6:30 for Mount V, which is Mount Vernon. Recited astronomy and descriptive G, which is geometry. Studied till chapel time and went to, I know, gross oyster stew. I do not think oyster stew would be very good, but maybe there's an online game of Flinch we could all play. Oh, that's a great idea, Nikki. And went to, I got lost, hold on. Chapel. Okay. Studied till chapel time and went to chapel and then to chemistry. Wrote letter to Georgia. I don't like seafood either very much. After dinner, studied and went downtown about 3:30. Then studied till supper time. Worked? Yeah, worked on bridge design till 9 and went to bed. Yeah, I'm not a huge seafood person. I don't even like fish that much. The only seafood I like, let's think. I like crab cakes or clam cakes I'll eat, like if it's in something else. No, not oysters. Scallops are okay. I like scallops. But most seafood, I'm just not into it. Shrimp, I like shrimp. That's one that I will eat. Yeah, I know. I wonder, like, what kinds of fish are the most popular down there to eat? Like where I live, Cape Cod, codfish. I did like, when I went to Portugal, specifically I went to Madeira, Portugal, and they had espada, which is like this fish that you can only get in the deep ocean, and it was good. But basically I ate that every single day because every restaurant had their special dish that's the same everywhere, but it was good. I'm not really like a fishy flavor fan. I do like, my Portuguese grandmother used to make stuffies, which is like, it's like a spicy, what is in it? It's like a clam cake. What are they called? I don't know what they would be called other than stuffy. There is a name, and it's much more descriptive. They just nicknamed them stuffy. I don't know why my brain isn't working right now. It's like something very simple. Like it describes what it is. What is it? I don't know. Anyone know what a stuffy is? What's in a stuffy? It's not fish. I'm kind of worried. My brain just like is not working. It's clams, I think. Okay. Anyways, I'm just gonna move on. Just total like shutdown there. Studied till. Oh, hold on. This is Ralph. Gotta go to Georgia. I'm gonna ask when Ian gets home. I'm gonna ask him. Yeah, Nikki says I love scallops. I love scallops too. Especially if they have a really good sauce. Oh, and you know, I like salmon sometimes. I go through phases. Oh, yes. Okay, hold on. Nikki's talking about something else, but I'm gonna look up what is Portuguese stuffies. Quahogs. Stuffed quahog. That's what it is. It's good. Delicious. Got up at 6:55. Thank you. That just laid that to rest. Helped wash breakfast dishes. Got ready. Oh yeah, lobster is expensive. Definitely here too. Hitched up my horse. Went to See, why does it look like she's saying R-I and not R-T? Depot to meet my cousin. And she didn't come in Uno app, but for Flinch. I love that. Went downtown. lost my place. Went downtown to bank and to grandma's twice. Helped get dinner. I always just automatically write dinner dishes. Dinner and wash dishes. Went to office in afternoon. Went to PO, which is the post office. Ellen and Bertha came to see me at office. Helped with supper and washed dishes. Worked on my fancy work. Played one game of Flinch. Wait, is this is not a repeat, right? No. She's just saying the same thing over and over again. Played one game of Flinch. Went to bed 10:30. Fine day. Okay, so now we go to Ralph. Ralph's February 24th. Clear. Got up at 7. Studied till 8:30 and went to descriptive geometry. Something softs. Oh, I don't know. Softs. Usually he's talking about sophomores when he says, I think that says S. Oh, or what's the, no, that's a Delphian Society. I was thinking of something like that. I think it's sophomores try to take off freshman colors from chapel. Oh, okay. So he was talking a couple of days ago or a few days ago about the freshmen or them wearing the freshman uniforms or colors or shirts or something to chapel. So there's like, yeah, watched. Yep. There's something going on. Maybe there's like a feud between. Is he a freshman in this year or is he gonna graduate? Because sometimes those I know in Harvard, those yearbooks are like the freshman yearbook. So I don't know. But I think something watched. I do see that now. Softs. And it looks like he kind of like erased it. Try to take off fresh colors, freshmen, from chapel. Chapel Tower. So they've been, and something pictures, and took pictures. Went to chapel and chemistry. Missed dinner. Studied till 4. And took short walk and studied till supper time. Played one game of Flinch. I love this because they are not together right now. Like, they're not in the same place. They're not communicating in a way that we like. They're not texting each other, telling, "Oh, I played a game of Flinch. Oh, I'm gonna play one too." They just both simultaneously played one game of Flinch and wrote about it. Specifically, one game with Doc something. What do you think that says? We'll have to look that up. Maybe it's one of his professors. Doc Delaves, Durcaves. Did we see that name last week? I don't even remember. let me look at my, do I have a list? Is this from, this is old list. Where did my list from last time go? I don't know. Here? Yeah. Oh, yeah. Dr. Greaves, we thought it was. It's probably the same person. Let's see if it, what day it was on. February 11th. I'm going to go back. Thanks. Good memory. It is. It is a name that we didn't know how to read. 11th. Doctor played Flinch, and he played Flinch with him. It really looks like, what did we think this time? Dulaves. I don't see a D anymore. I see a G again. Graves? Graves, maybe. G-R, this could be R-A-V-E-S. Or Greaves. That's what we had last week, right? Greaves. I see Greaves here. Way more than here. Oh, I mean way more than the other one. But I think it's the same person. Let's see if we can look back at it now and see if it looks like it could be Greaves. Yeah, it could be. This is like kind of a messed up letter. I mean, yeah, I see it now. But it's hard. It's hard. They look different, you think? But he played Flinch with both of them. Well, he beat him, so. Okay, I'm going to... I don't think we ever, like, got around to doing that extra research last time. I definitely didn't, so I'm going to add him again. And we will just keep looking. If he's in one of the yearbooks, we'll know. Certain day of week? Good question. Tuesday and Wednesday. Okay. Studied till 12:30. Recited. Sanitary at room. That's, he wrote, oh, there's a problem with my live quality. Sorry if anything is happening that's not good. Something okay. PM. Okay. Oh, yes, yes. Okay, thank you. 1 p.m. I think. Okay, and sanitary, or 10 p.m. maybe. Sanitary means sanitary engineering, which is one of his classes that he's taking. So thank you. I did not see PM. Okay. Wednesday. I don't need to write that. We're popping over to Georgia too. I always forget. February 25th. Got up at 6:50. Was at office all day. Helped. Oh, I'm sorry guys. I didn't realize this was like, oh, let me fix it. Wrong thing. I didn't realize this was cut off. Okay. Helped with dishes for all meals. Was downtown. Worked fancy work in evening. Went to bed 10:30. A very fine day, but awful muddy. And then his 25th, February 25th. Got up at 7. Recited astronomy and descriptive geometry. received and wrote letters to Georgia. Then went to chapel. I don't know if that says, I don't think it says then. Twice? Received and wrote letters to Georgia twice? I don't think so. Well, I'll write then, but if anyone sees anything else, let me know. Then went to chapel. And then to chemistry. To my room. God, lately, it seems like he's been like writing over things that he's written a lot lately. Other things, you know, not erasing and just scribbling over. Went to my room at 11:30 and studied till noon. Recited sanitary engineering, 140. Went to chemistry lab and made some weighings. Went down and mailed letter to Georgia. Studied till supper. Played flinch with, oh nice, with Doc Greaves. I definitely think that says Greaves. And again, he's playing flinch, and now he's calling him Doc Greaves. He called him Doctor one other time. That's the same person, and it's definitely Greaves. Till 7. Awesome. I love when that happens. Sometimes you just gotta like move forward and then go back. And they'll answer the question for you. Okay, so I'm actually gonna go back here and fix that then. It definitely did not look like Greaves though, like at first there. Okay, and then he studied till 10. Ms. Cowan came and we came by and we something up light. What does that say? Figured up. Oh, thank you, Kylie. It also could be Mr. Cowan. Did we see him? Oh, Adam Cowan. I think it might be Mr. No, Ms. Cowan's, he said before. Whoever that is. And we figured up light bill. Maybe she's the person in charge of wherever he's staying. His landlady or something. Okay, February 26th. Oh, getting tired. Yeah, landlady. Got up at 6:50. So this is Georgia's again. Got up at 6:50. Helped breakfast dishes. With washing. Done some mending. And helped get dinner. And wash dishes. Was at office in afternoon. Went to PO, post office, and downtown. Helped with supper. Then went with Albert up to grandma's and helped Auntie wash dishes. Played flinch, sang, and played. Will Henning was there. That's funny. Will Henning was mentioned in her 1895 diary. I remember his name. Rained in evening, but fine day. Went to bed at 10:45, and I will go back and fix. Will is, I think, the brother of May Henning, who is one of Georgia's friends. So someone who lives in the town that her grandfather lives in, I think. Oh, went too far. So February 26th. According to Ralph, it was clear and cooler. Got up at 7. Went to astronomy. Then descriptive geometry. Studied at room till chapel and went to chapel. Gave speech. I know, they are very productive. He doesn't stop all week long. And then he comes to Waterloo to see her all weekend and then goes back at 1 in the morning and sleeps on the train. He's crazy. Went to chapel, gave speech to junior class on culvert designing. C, B, and Q, RR. Throwback to his 1901 diary, where he worked for the CB and QRR Railroad and went to chemistry. Figured up coin to something. What does that say? What? Hold on. What did you say? To Walloo. Did he say that? Or he goes to Walloo? You're saying that. Okay. I thought you were correcting me. Figured up coin to something 99.79%. Often. I don't know what that would... I definitely see, I could see often. But, like, what does it mean? Maybe it's not coin. I don't know. What context is it, though? It's kind of... It's in chemistry. So maybe he, like, analyzed the makeup of something? Figured up coin to... I don't know. After dinner, studied till 1:40. Recited sanitary engineering to Professor W. And went to library and drew out first one. Drew out one water supply. One of Wells water supply. I don't know. First. I'm gonna need help. Can you guys see it? Energy. Here. Oh, and maybe that's ENGR. Engineering. Engineer. Drew out. What's here? Professor. One of. First of. It just seems like this is one word. I'm reading it as two to make sense of it, but because I see wells, kind of. First of. I don't know. Guess I'll go with that. Oh, Cornell. I don't know if it's Cornell. I don't think there's enough letters. Oh, hold on. Oh, sorry guys. Did it work? Am I back? The TikTok timed out my live because it thought I wasn't doing anything. Am I here? Can you guys see me? It said it was like disconnected. I don't know for how long. Back. Okay. Sorry. Usually I catch it. I don't know why it didn't like ask me to do something. Usually it asks me to move a little puzzle piece to say that I'm still here. Looks like Falwell's. Oh, yeah. It might be. Falwell's water supply. Okay. Okay. Yes. I see that. Definitely. If you found a Dr. Greaves but not sure. Ooh, okay. Send it in the Discord if you haven't already. I haven't looked there in a while. Or, I mean, if you want to. We can always, like, figure it out more later, too. Okay, I'm just gonna go with Falwell's water supply, and I'm gonna write it down and see if we can go back. That makes sense. It's probably like a business nearby or something. Went downtown and got a haircut and a shave. Studied till... Oh, yeah, I think we did. Falwell's... I'll go back and search that in a second. Studied till supper. Oh, hold on. Went downtown and got a haircut and a shave. Studied till 5. Georgia came up and stayed till supper. And Williams came up and stayed till 7. Studied till something. He never filled that out. And went to bed. Now I'm confused because she didn't talk about going to eat dinner with him. Which is weird. You'd think she would have mentioned that. Okay, I'm gonna try to read through all of February, but I'm getting tired. Got up at 7. Helped with breakfast dishes. Went to office all day. Helped with dinner and done the dishes. Mama. Look at how she wrote mama. You don't think it's Georgia? Oh, it might not be. Yeah, you're right. It's not. Thank you. Thank you. It's Gansey, I think. Because there's a Ganser. Thank you. That makes so much more sense. Ganser. I think it's Gansey. Oh. It might be my Wi-Fi. It was saying, like, my quality wasn't that good. So, maybe I'll finish this last one and then log off. Hello.
Hello.
I didn't see your grandma here today. But other people might want to say hi to you. Are you sweaty? Oh, you went to the gym. That's how you say jumper in Irish. A gansey? Oh, that was not an Irish accent. I don't know what that was. Yeah.
Like Gaelic?
Is Irish its own language or is it Gaelic? Rachel says hi.
Hi. What's the
Mama, she hasn't answered yet. Mama, oh, Valentina says hi. Went to see something at one. What is that? Oh, Cedar Falls.
Pinging a friend.
Well, usually he comes over when I'm ready to log off. He's not liking this. Why does he hate this? Just sit, dude. He'll like lay on us.
He's really
But
wrestling.
yeah, he's like not in a relaxing state right now. Nikki says hello
Watch
too.
this.
Ian, you have a lot of people saying hi to you. It's its own language. It's the same, yes. Okay, so it's the same. You can speak Irish or speaking Gaelic. It's interchangeable. Thank you. Okay. Mama went to CF Cedar Falls at 1, came back at 4:45, and she was sick. Washed, or got supper.
I'm gonna make cheeseburgers for dinner.
I was gonna ask what we're gonna do for dinner. Nice. I'll be done soon. And washed dishes. Went up to Grandma's after I got the work done. Yeah, he's camera shy. Not as much anymore. And we, every once in a while, he'll make an appearance. Oh, you mean the cat? And we played flinch. Got home at 9:40. Changeable day. Interesting way to describe it. Went up to bed at 10:15. Read a while till sleepy. Gaelic covers Irish and Scottish, very similar. Gaelic itself is Irish. Less confusing when you grow up with it, of course. Hey, Holly. All right. Ralph, February 27th. All of a sudden, he's writing in very fine print. Weird. Clear. Went to astronomy and descriptive geometry. Received letter from Georgia. And wrote till chapel time. Went to chapel and to chemistry. Studied till 1:40 and recited. I'll explain in the next diary detective FaceTime. Hard to explain over text. Yes, that would be great if you could do that. Yeah, the writing changed a lot. We've seen this handwriting from him, though, before in the other diary. He wrote like this. So this is his print. I wish he would write in the print all the time because it's so much easier to read. Studied till 1:40 and recited sanitary to Professor Williams. And finished letter to Georgia and mailed it. Went to senior party at 4 o'clock. In basement, he capitalizes so many things that he doesn't need to. It's basically like all capitalized a lot of the time. M.E. Church, Methodist Church. Then went to Philadelphian Philo? Oh, okay. Yes. Philadelphian joint. So he's in the Adelphian Society. So I was like, Philadelphian. I hadn't seen it written like that before. But that's probably like 2 different groups had like a meeting or something at 7:30. Had something Miss Hurst for refreshments which were served in Presbyterian Church. What is that? Had? I don't see for either. I see fror. But I'm just guessing which were served. Oh, live is frozen. Okay, I'm gonna finish this and then log off then. Is anybody hearing me? Fine for you. Okay, maybe it's probably on my end. Remember in the beginning how bad it was when I was live streaming from my parents' house? They lived in the woods, so they still live in the woods. But it was like constantly freezing. Came home at 10 and developed pictures. I wish we could see the pictures. Went to bed at 1 a.m. It was so bad. I'm glad you guys stuck with me because I don't know if I could be. If I could. It's choppy for you too, Penny. Okay, so I'm going to finish this last day and then we'll call it a night and then hopefully next week it'll be better. We don't usually have too many internet issues, so something must be going on. Went to bed at 1 a.m. And look, he does this symbol again. He did this symbol the other day. I don't know what to like, how to notate that. Because I'm gonna have to figure out, I'm gonna write that on my list, like figure out a notation for that symbol. Interesting. Mystery symbol. There might be storms coming through, actually, because it was really hot and humid today, so it's possible that there's, like, a thunderstorm or something. I don't see, there's nothing out there now, but maybe it's interfering with, yes, astrology. Yeah, it was something like, sunny, or there was a notation for the weather, but. Cornell wins second state oratorial contest. At Oskaloosa. He was talking about an oratorial contest in 1901 in his other diary. Yes, it is. It's odd that it's at the end of the page this time. I wish we had the letters too. That would be awesome. All right, so since it's choppy and I am tired and hungry, let's just end it here. I know that it's... Oh, wait. No. Oh, we have one more day. Let's do one more day. I was thinking... I always forget February is shorter. Let's just finish it. That way we're on March next time. Okay. Got up at 6:45. Bonus. It's like an encore. Mama went to bed. I washed the dishes and done other work. Then got ready to go to the office. Went to PO, helped with dinner, and done. Mama's sick, yeah. The dishes. Went to office. Went downtown. Hitched up and went down on 11th Street. And came right back as it was so rough. Got supper and drove and done dishes. Read all evening. You're being lazy, laying in bed, listening. Nice. Did all evening. Went to bed at 10:30. Windy day. Okay. Ralph's February 28th. That'll be the last one for tonight. Or this morning in Dev's case. Stormy. Got up at 7. Played flinch till 9. It's an early morning flinch sesh. Studied till 10. Went to PO, post office. Came back and studied period. Geo Turner. Came in and stayed till noon. Played flinch till 1:30. Studied till 3 and went to library. Back and studied till 5. Played flinch again. Before and after supper. Wow. Till 7. Studied till 10 and went to bed. Draper came in a few minutes, about 9 o'clock. Okay. Yeah, it is kind of like being on TikTok. Like, I scrolled, and then I ate dinner, and then I scrolled again. Flinch, flinch, flinch. All right, so we will kick it off with March next week. I can't even go any further because I don't have pictures of March anyways, so this is perfect, the perfect place to stop. So next week is going to be on Thursday, so it's the 13th. It will be at 6 p.m. Eastern time, and then after that, Thursday will be our day. Like, that will be the day that we have the lives. If you're a diary detective, we're going to have a June video meeting. Let's see what people voted for. I got 32 votes. Let's see. Oh, so most people can make most days. It looks like the 12th, next Wednesday, and the 19th are best. I'm thinking I might choose the 19th because the 12th is my last day of work. And I think I'm probably going to be staying late to clean up my classroom. Or I'd like the option to if I have to. I don't want to have to go back later in the summer. So I'll probably do June 19th so I don't have to rush home. And then also, if any of you guys, I know that sometimes we make the meeting a little bit earlier. If you want to do that on the 19th, I can. So let me know. Like, I know my friends in Ireland, I don't think Cosmina is here tonight, but I know that some of you, it's nicer to like push it a little bit forward. I don't know what time is best, but I can do that starting in the summer. My summer break is going to go from June 12th to like the end of August. And I'll be mostly free. I am taking my thesis class for my grad school, so I'll be doing that, but other than that, just doing like house projects and this kind of stuff. So it's much more like I'll have more time. So it'll be good. Yeah, it's a good break. I've been looking forward to it. Definitely need it. Okay, perfect. Rachel, we'll talk more about that then. Because I want to, like, if I can accommodate you guys more, I'd like to. So, all right, everyone. I'll see you next week on Thursday. And I'll be on my summer vacation then, so I'll be in a very good mood. All right, good night, everyone. Thanks for coming. Thanks for staying. Thanks for commenting. You guys make it fun. So, see you next week.